When your cat suddenly freezes in the middle of the room, stares at something in the corner, and there is absolutely nothing there, do you really know what they're trying to tell you? Yes, it's strange, maybe a little unsettling, but behind that moment, there's something far deeper that most people never stop to consider. This is one of the most fascinating things your cat can do. And if you brush it off as just weird cat behavior, what most owners do without even realizing it, you might be missing one of the most intimate windows into your cat's inner world. We're going to start with the one that surprises everyone. 1. The ghost in the corner. Have you ever watched your cat lock onto something completely invisible to you? Not moving, not blinking, just staring, like they're watching something unfold in a space you simply can't access. What most people don't know is that this isn't random, and it's definitely not supernatural, though the explanation is almost as remarkable. Cats can detect flickering light at a frequency of up to 70 to 80 hertz. Your human eye tops out at around 45 hertz. What does that mean in practice? It means your cat can see the subtle flicker of your LED bulbs, the ghost-like shimmer of a reflection bouncing off a glass of water, the faint strobe effect of a television on standby, things your brain simply filters out and discards before they ever reach your conscious awareness. A study published in the Journal of Experimental Biology confirmed that cats possess a visual system dramatically more sensitive to rapid motion than humans, particularly in low-contrast, low-light conditions. Their retinas contain a much higher density of rod cells, the cells responsible for detecting movement and light, which means they are essentially living in a version of the world that has been turned up several notches. So when your cat stares at that empty corner, there may actually be something there. A micro-movement, a flicker of light, a shadow shifting by less than a millimeter. Think about that for a second. Your cat isn't disconnected from reality. They're more plugged into it than you are. 2. The sound. Beneath the sound. Your cat's ears just moved. Did you notice? One rotated forward, one tilted slightly to the side, and you have no idea what triggered it. Here's what's really going on. Cats can hear frequencies up to 64,000 hertz. Humans max out at roughly 20,000 hertz. That means your cat is hearing an entire layer of the world that exists in total silence for you. The ultrasonic squeaks of a mouse behind the wall, the high-pitched hum of a pipe under pressure, the frequency emitted by certain electronics that you've never once perceived, but that your cat experiences as a constant, present sound. A study from the Journal of the Acoustical Society of America found that cats have 32 individual muscles controlling each ear, allowing them to rotate them up to 180 degrees independently. This isn't just impressive anatomy, it's a precision instrument. Your cat's ears are essentially two satellite dishes, constantly scanning, filtering, and triangulating sound from every direction simultaneously. And what's the emotional truth buried in this? Every time your cat suddenly looks toward a door before someone knocks, every time they react to a sound before it becomes audible to you, they're not psychic. They're just operating in a richer, denser version of reality than the one you're living in. They've been this way the entire time. You just didn't know. 3. They can see in the dark. Literally. You've probably seen it before. The lights go out, and your cat moves through the room with the confidence of someone who doesn't need them at all. What most people chalk up to instinct is actually precise biological engineering. The tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer of tissue located directly behind your cat's retina, acts like a mirror inside the eye, bouncing available light back through the photoreceptors a second time. This gives your cat a visual sensitivity in near darkness that is roughly 6 times greater than your own. Research published in the journal Vision Research confirmed that cats require only 1/6 of the light that humans need to form a clear image of their environment. In practical terms, what looks like pitch black to you is something closer to dim twilight for your cat. They can read the room, they can track movement, they can see your face, and here's the part that stays with you. Every night when you're fumbling for a light switch and your cat is sitting calmly watching you, they can see you perfectly. They've always been able to. You were never invisible to them, even in the dark. That's not just biology. That's something that feels a lot like loyalty. 4. The heartbeat they never stop listening to. Has your cat ever curled up on your chest and just stayed there? Not moving, eyes half closed, pressed right over your heart. Most owners think their cat simply likes warmth, and yes, there's truth to that. But what's really happening goes much deeper. What most people don't know is that cats can hear your heartbeat with startling precision. Their auditory range and sensitivity allow them to detect not just the rhythm of your pulse, but subtle variations in it. Changes associated with stress, anxiety, elevated cortisol, or calm. A study from the Applied Animal Behavior Science Journal found that cats demonstrate measurable behavioral responses to changes in their owner's physiological state, suggesting they are tracking far more than surface-level cues. Your heartbeat is information. It tells your cat how you're doing. When you're anxious, they know. When you're calm, they know. And when they press against your chest, some researchers believe they aren't just seeking warmth. They may be, in their own way, responding to what they're hearing, offering presence as a kind of answer. Think about that for a second. They don't need words. They've been reading you through sound this whole time. 5. The invisible map of your home. And if you've ever wanted to understand more about the way your cat experiences the world, the science behind the bond, the behaviors you've always wondered about, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to this channel. It helps us reach more cat owners who want to stop guessing and start truly understanding the animal they share their life with. Now, here's something that will change the way you walk through your own house. Your cat has memorized it, not just visually, but through scent, sound, and an internal map built from thousands of small observations made over days, weeks, and months. And they can detect when something in that map has shifted. A study from Oregon State University found that cats are exquisitely sensitive to spatial changes in their environment. Objects moved, new smells introduced, patterns disrupted. They don't experience this cognitively the way you might. They experience it as something closer to alarm, a wrongness, a signal that the world has changed and that change might carry risk. This is why your cat sniffs every bag you bring home, why they investigate a rearranged piece of furniture as if it's a crime scene, why they react to a new candle, a new person, a new sound in the walls, with what looks like suspicion but is actually intelligence. They're auditing the world, constantly. And you are part of that world. Every new smell you carry in the door is data. Every change in your routine is a variable they're actively tracking. They are not passive residents of your home. They are its most attentive observers. 6. The color you can't see, but they almost can. Most people have heard that cats are colorblind, but that's not quite right, and the reality is far more interesting. What most people don't know is that cats don't see the world in black and white. They see a limited but real spectrum of color, primarily in the blue and yellow range. What they can't perceive clearly is the red-green spectrum that dominates so much of human visual experience. But where they lose those frequencies, they gain something else entirely. Research published in the Proceedings of the Royal Society B found evidence that cats, along with certain other mammals, may be capable of perceiving ultraviolet light, UV light, the frequency just beyond the visible spectrum for human eyes. Flowers that look plain to you might have vivid UV patterns your cat detects. A urine trail on a sidewalk, invisible to you, may glow to them. Certain fabrics, papers, and surfaces fluoresce in UV light, creating a visual dimension of the world that you have never once accessed. Your cat is not seeing less than you, they're seeing differently, an overlapping world built of the same room, the same light, the same space, experienced through senses, tuned to frequencies you've never touched. Think about that for a second. You share a home, but you don't quite share a world. We started today with a question. When your cat stares at nothing, freezes, turns their ears like antennae, presses against your chest, or follows you from room to room, do you really know what they're trying to say? Now you're a little closer. Your cat is not a simpler version of you. They are a parallel version, tuned to frequencies you can't hear, lit by light you can't see, navigating a map of your shared space, drawn in scent and shadow and sound. And through all of that complexity, through all of that sharpened, ancient, extraordinary perception, They chose
Did you
you,
have a good nap?
not because they had to,
I love
not out
you
of
so
dependence or
much.
habit or hunger alone. Because somewhere in the data of your heartbeat, your smell, your voice, the specific pattern of the way you move through the home you share, you became familiar. And familiar, for a creature as alert and watchful as a cat, is the closest thing there is to safe. This isn't just a cat being a cat, this is love. Silent, unspoken, perceived through senses you'll never fully understand. And it has been there the entire time.